light year. Did we cover what a light year is? I think we did. No, we didn't. We didn't. Okay. I thought we did. Wow. Oh, perfect. So a light year. Also, we kind of need to know light speed too, right? How fast does light travel? Let's think for a second. How many of you guys have ever seen something happen off in the distance, and then a couple of seconds later you heard it happen? I'll give you an example that some of you, how many hunters do we have in here?
Wait, what?
Hunters. What? No, it wasn't just you, there was a bunch. Has anybody ever seen a gunshot from a distance?
Yes.
Okay, so if you see smoke come out the barrel of the rifle, or the shotgun, or whatever, if they're far enough away, there will be a measurable, you'll notice it, you'll see the muzzle flash, and then it's like, still you don't hear it, and then pow, you hear the report of the rifle. Does that make sense? Why is there a disconnect between seeing it and hearing it?
Because it takes 108, or it goes 186,000 miles per second.
Because the light, the sight, you seeing it, the light from the smoke coming out, right? You see it almost instantly because you're so close in relation, right? If you're a half mile away from somebody firing a rifle, and it's the light from that, it's moving fast. 186,000 miles per second. It's moving. In that context, it's basically instantaneous. You're going to see it right as it's happening. But sound travels at 750 miles per hour. It's a ridiculous difference in speed, right? Okay. Let me put it to you another way. I'll ask another question. Does anybody know how far around the circumference of the Earth at the equator? The distance, if you were trying to go all the way around the planet at the equator. Does anybody know the distance approximately? You've heard it before.
25 million miles.
25,000. Good. You looked it up. By the way, thank you. If I ask you trivia questions you don't know, are you allowed to look it up on your Google machine?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I want that involvement. About 25,000 miles. 24 and change, right? Okay. 186,000 miles per second divided by 25,000 miles. How many times could light go around the planet in 1 second?
100.
Do the math. Do the math. What? Over 7, right? Almost 8. So almost 8 times around the planet in 1 second. Light is moving, folks. Okay, so light year. A light year is a measure of distance. You said, well, you said year, that's time. Hold on, let's think about this. A light year is a distance that light travels in 1 year. Does that make sense? So if light is moving at this speed, okay, 186,000 miles per second, at that speed, how far could light go if it had a whole year to do it at that speed? Oh my gosh, the number would be huge, right? It's a long way. Let's bring it down. We'll still talk about light, but at a scale that we can understand. The sun is about 93 million miles away from the Earth. So on your calculator, either on your computer or your handheld, ready? 93 million, that's 93,000,000. 93 with 6 zeros. 93 million miles from Earth to the sun. Divide that by 186,000 miles per second. 500. 500 seconds is how long it takes the light from the sun to get to the Earth. Does that 500 seconds? Okay, that doesn't make sense. Let's put it in minutes. 500 divided by what would give us minutes?
35 minutes. 60.
500 divided by 60, because there's 60 seconds in a minute, right? So if we're at 500 seconds, divide that by 60 to get minutes. What?
8.3 minutes.
Put it in a calculator.
What is
Come
he
on.
doing?
8 minutes, right?
Yeah, 3.
8.3?
That means that the sun could explode and we wouldn't know for 8.3 minutes.
Say it louder.
It means the sun would explode and we wouldn't know for 8.3 minutes.
So if something happened to the sun, we would have, first of all, we'd have no warning. If it just like spontaneously went, we wouldn't have any warning. It would go dark 8 minutes after it happened. Look at it another way. We are seeing the sun with all of our best sensors. We see the sun not as it is this instant. We're seeing it as it was
8 minutes ago.
8 minutes ago. Let's extrapolate that. The Milky Way galaxy is just over 100,000 light years across. That is a distance. To understand that, okay, light moves really fast. The distance that light can travel through space in 100,000 years, that is the distance from one end of the galaxy to the other. Follow?
Yep.
Galaxy's big. If a star went supernova on the other end of the galaxy from us, that'd be about 75,000 light years away, because we're like this far in on one side. And we see it. We saw something go supernova 75,000 years ago. That star is long gone. It is either a neutron star or a black hole at this point. Does that make sense? Okay. So a light year is a distance. Any questions on that? If you don't have that in your notes, put it in your notes. Light year, a distance. Specifically that light travels in 1 year.